In this assignment, I will teach you how to load transaction data in SAP BW and how to create data store object. First, let's look at the data warehouse architecture. Data from operational applications such as customer database, sales database, and products database can be moved to the data warehouse staging area first, where the data is stored temporarily and is purified before it moves on to the data warehouse. From the data warehouse, the data can then be moved to the data marts, which are smaller subsets of data warehouse for functional areas of the organization. The method or the technology used for moving data from one database to another is called extract, transform and load. In short, ETL. In order to work on this exercise, first we have to create data source and load the data into the persistent staging area. Before you start your SAP exercise, please download the sales data file that I have given you along with your assignment in Blackboard. Download that data file, save it in My Documents, and then log on to your SAP. I am using LU000 for this assignment, that is my login. You use your own login area. After you log into SAP, come to Data Warehousing Workbench and then come to Data Flow, Curriculum 3, Master Copy. Go to LU with root MU67. Here, find your own info area. Mine is LU000. You find out your own info area and then come here, right click, create data flow. This is MU67 DFSD, your own login area, and we call it MU67 000 data flow sales data. Wherever I am using 000, you use your login number. Okay. Now go to data flow template. Go to data flow template again. Curriculum 3, master copy, and double click on data flow template sales data. Apply, and you come here, save your work. Okay. Right click, use existing object. From here, find out your MU67000 sales data. Actually, before that, I need to create the data sources. Okay, so don't do that. Just get rid of that, cancel, go to create source data. So I need to go to data source, curriculum, LU, and here I will create data source. So my data source is MU67 DSSD 000 and data source type is transaction data, and I say OK. In the extraction tab, in the general information, I have to enter the login, enter the description, long description, which would be MU67000 sales data. Okay, then in the extraction tab, make sure that you map your file. My file is in my folder, and you take your file from my documents where you have saved it. Okay, and then this is one, data format is CSV, this is direct input, and I have a comma and a period here. Then I go to proposal, I load example data, Allow. Okay. In between you can save your work. Go to fields. You need to make several changes here. Several of the data are numeric, so do that. Okay. And then again here discount is currency. Then all of these are internal, only externally sales quantity, and rest will be internal. Okay, here I have to do currency and have to change the data type. 4 4 2 2 okay, 4422 232 10 6 10. Then 10 10 6 6 18 18 11 6 15. Then 3 3 17 2 11 23. Five 5 and 17 2 15 23. Okay, so then I go to preview. Before I preview, I activate. Then I read the preview data. And I take a screenshot and paste it in my Word document. So that's my first screenshot. Okay, and let me save my work. Okay, at this point I have to assign data source to data flow. So I have to go back to my data flow. Okay, so let's go back to my data flow. So right click, use existing object. So I have to search for MU67000 sales data. So I get it from here. Okay, I save it. Then what I have to do is I have to right click on the sales data object and I have to create info package from the menu, and sales data I have to type in. So I create info package, and this is MU67000 sales data. Save the extraction. I have to make sure, and then I have to go to schedule and I have to start. Allow. Okay, so it says the data was requested, and then I go to monitor and come here, PSA 424. Okay, and take the recent most, which is this one, okay, the last one. So I click on this and then I go to the PSN Maintenance and I can see all my records. The first 1000 records have been loaded to the persistent staging area. So I right click, I highlight this and I continue. Okay, so I can see that all my data records have been loaded. Save your work. You do not have to take a screenshot because we haven't asked to take a screenshot here. From here I have to move on and I have to create and load data store object. In order to do that, I need to go back to my data flows. Okay. So I go back, I go here, okay, so I come here, then I create and I will create MU67D000 and I'll call it MU67000 sales items. Okay, so here I create let me go back again. Okay, so from here what you have to do is you have to create and then just like here you have to put in MU67D000 and call it MU67000 sales items and then just accept it. Okay, since I have done it before, it's not letting me create it again, but I will just use change and I will use existing object and okay, and it will do the same for me. So I will double click here and I go to here. Okay, so now both of us are here in the same page. At this point I have to search for MU0C and then from there I have to, within key fields I have to put in sell order item and sales order. In order to do that, I would come here and I will search for MU0C. So you see MU0C is this one, and from here within key fields I will pull sales order and order item, right? So I will do sales order and I will do order item. Oh no, not sales organization, I wanted sales order, sorry. So I'll pull sales order. Okay, done. Then within data fields I need calendar day, calendar month and calendar year. Okay, so within time characteristics, I need to put in the data fields calendar day, calendar month and calendar year. Within data fields, okay, calendar day, calendar month, calendar year. Okay, I got that. And then I have to also put in, by searching for MU67 and my own login, I have to bring up the dimensions from the GBI reporting. So let me search for MU67 star 000. I want to bring up my own info cube, okay? And then I have to actually look for to my own info cube, okay? So info cube, so here, and then I look for MU67 star 000. So where is my GBI reporting? Okay, I found it here. So this is my info cube, and from the dimensions, what are the things I have to take? I have to take, within the data fields, I have to take material, customer, so I have to take material, I have to take customer, and then I also have to take discount, revenue and sales quantity. Discount, revenue, sales quantity. Okay, so after I'm done with that, I have to activate and return to the data flow diagram, but after activation I have to take a screenshot. So now I will activate. Take a screenshot of this and paste it to your Word document and then go back to the data flow diagram. Okay, good. So now at this point I have to create transformation. So I would create transformation. To do that, I will right click on here, I'll say create, and everything is fine, I will accept, I will create transformation. Okay, now I have to map it properly. So let's see how many we can do just from here. So discount, we'll go to discount, revenue, we'll go to revenue, sales quantity, we'll go to sales quantity, unit of measure, we'll go to unit of measure, order item, we'll go to order item, customer, we'll go to customer, order number, we'll go to sales order, year, will come to year, just accept, month will come to month, accept, material, will product come to material, product will come to material, yes, product will come to material. Okay, then what we have to do is we have to take year, month and day and connect it with day. Okay, so we do year to day, accept, month to day, accept, and day to day, accept. At this point we have to define this rule. So double click on that, and the rule type is formula, and then we do year and month and day. So year and month and day. Okay, then you go back and transfer values. Okay, after you transfer the values, you take a screenshot and paste it into your Word document, okay, and then you activate the transformation. Right, I take a screenshot and paste it in my Word document now, then I activate the transformation. Okay, so it has been activated successfully. So from there I go back to my data flow template and make sure that I have a green icon there which shows that transformation has been successful. So go here, look here, the transformation is successful. Next, what I have to do is I have to create the data transfer process and load data. In order to do that, I would right click here, I would create, and I will just accept it. In the extraction, I have to make it full, and I have to make sure that do not extract from PSA is not checked. I have to activate, and then I have to execute and accept request monitor, and I should be able to see the data. So come here, change it to full, go to execute, activate, execute, say yes, and I keep refreshing, and then I see my whole green data. Okay, at this point make sure that do I need any screenshot? No, I just need to go to the administer data target. So I come here, I go to administer data target. Okay, I come to contents, highlight this. In the contents, new data, see how many new data is there. No, actually, yeah, number of entries. Look at the number of entries, 48384. Okay, so here at this point I believe you have to take a screenshot. Okay, so come here, close this, go back, come here. In the new data, just take a screenshot at this point, okay, and paste it to your Word document. Then what you have to do is you have to click on the new data, look at the number of entries, click on the active data and look at the number of entries, and then you activate and you start, and let's see from there. So now at present I will look at the new data, number of entries, and I see it's 48384. I close it, I go back, I look at the active data, look at the number of entries, that's 0. Okay, so now I go back again, and then I go to the content request tab, I believe. Yeah, at this point I will go to the request tab and I will activate the data. So I've seen that the new data is 48384, but I do not have any active data right now. But see how it changes. So come here and then activate it. Start. Successfully scheduled job. Okay, so now you go back, close this, go back to content, look at the new data should be 0. Not, it hasn't done yet. Okay, request one more time. Okay, I think I didn't save it. Request, okay, now go back, new data, number of entries 0. See, it was 48,438, now it is 0, so it has been transferred. Okay, the data has been transferred. Again go back and look at the active data and number of entries. Now the active data, which used to be 0, is now 48384. Close. And now you can just execute and you can see that this data is now active. Okay, now you have to take a screenshot of this loaded active data and paste it in your Word document. So you have to take a screenshot of your loaded active data and paste it in your Word document. So after that you have to go back till you see your data flow template and save your work. That's all. So now you have to go back and save your work. See, this transformation and this loading is active.